Before showing you this effect, something important here. So I have a post here. If you'll go to my CGHOW channel and go to community, I have this post regarding Patreon. So you can read it, what is written here. So we have two options. If you want my Patreon per month subscription, if you want my Patreon to like a per post subscription, so you can buy each file with some money. So you can see the voting, this is going higher. And same post I have on my Twitter, my handle is CGHOW underscore, and same post is there, and still there is this per post subscription is higher. So I'm planning to implement this on 1st June. So please go to these links and vote if you really want something from these two options in Patreon. And thanks if you are already follower of my Patreon. And let's start this video now. So I have created this magical star effects, so nothing much animation here. These are just rotating. There is nothing like a burst or anything. It's not finishing. It is like infinite effect, but it looks cool. You can see it looks very beautiful. You can place it somewhere, you can use it somewhere. You can also animate if you want. And let's start this tutorial. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe it. If you like this video, like, share and comment.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So what I have here, you can see I have this big crystal elements, then these smaller, I have glow. Okay, so I have already created this, but I'll do it again. So let's create a new folder and call it test. And to create a mesh, this is the mesh I created. And how I created this mesh, if I just move it here, you can just take a cylinder, and in cylinder just use for subdivision, and then one height subdivision, and then select all and deselect the center part and delete the top and bottom cap, and then select the top vertices and don't merge them, just scale them down, and same do for the bottom, just scale them down. Okay, so you will have something like this. Then you can move it here, and then what you can do is select these vertices and use the chamfer. You can decide the width. Okay, I just use the default, and then you can select these faces and extrude and scale down little bit, and then press G to extrude again, and this time move it up, and then click on scale and scale them down. Okay, and then you can select the all edges and right click and shift right click and use the bevel, and you can put the value like 5 here and smooth like 5, so you will have something like this. Then there's an issue here on the corners here, so you can just select these and you can merge to the center, and you can do with all corners. So select all, press G to repeat the command in Maya. If you are using any other 3D application, you can do what they have provided to do that, and you will have this type of mesh. And don't worry about the UV, you can just apply the automatic because we don't have much work on that. And this is the mesh ready, and pivot should be here, so you can rotate it from here or like this. So when you will have a mesh like this, you can export, and I have already imported that here. Okay, this is the same mesh. And then in my test folder, I'll right click and take a Niagara, and this is my test effects. And in this, I'll use a mesh renderer, and I need that crystal, so I'll just select this crystal and use it here, and delete these modules for now. And I'll use the burst, maybe 20 for now, and spawn just once and life is infinite, and let's increase the size maybe 5 or 10. Okay, and then in the sphere location, if you'll increase this, random distribution is there, you can use the uniform. Okay, so this will spawn on a sphere vertices, and then you can use the initial mesh orientation and use the orient to vector and connect this with the shape normal, and then you can rotate the y at 90 degree and you will have this. You can decrease the sphere size now and you will have this type of star. You can increase or decrease these. You can see it looks cool. So not this much, maybe this much. Okay, you can randomize the scale if you want. So I'm using 10. You can use like 10 or 5 or 10 or 8, slightly random. Then you can take the update mesh orientation and see the wrong axis. You need to rotate them on Z. And then you can randomize the rotation speed to like 0.2 minus 0.2. Okay, now we can create a material. So here I will create a material M crystal test. Material will be very simple. You need to just take a Fresnel and you can just take a particle color and multiply this with Fresnel and connect it here in the emissive, and you can use power here, and you can take a texture if you have a noise texture and thing. I have this ice texture that I used for the roughness, and then you can use metallic and specular also if you want little bit, depending on what you want. So specular should be 1, metallic maybe 0.1, like this. Okay, you can do a lot of thing in this. You can check my original material, but the main idea is the same. So I'll just hit the save and browse this and use this here. And you can use the blue color and increase the strength by 20, 50, 40, 30. Okay, then you can duplicate this, copy and paste, Control C and V, or you can press Control D. And this time I'll increase the sphere size and then I'll decrease the size here. So I'll use non-uniform. I'll use maybe 0.5, 0.5, 0.3, 0.3. Let's increase the size even more. And then in the size, you can increase the length. And you can make them little more bright, like 500 or 5000, depending on what you need. Okay, you can increase or decrease the spawn rate for these one if you want. And then you can again Control D. And this time you can make them very little, like 0.2, 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, and 1, 0.1, 0.5, and decrease the spawn sphere size. So these will be here. Then I will again Control D this, and this time I will delete the mesh render and I will use the sprite, and I'll take the radial. Actually, additive material. I'll show you this material. Very simple material, additive unlit, and this is radial. Okay. I don't need this sphere location or this, and we have just particle there, and I need just maybe 10 particles, and I will decrease the strength to maybe 10, and then I will turn off the mask and increase the size. So you will see the glow is inside that, but it is 2D glow. It is facing the camera. I want 3D like this. So what you can do, if you see this is 2D sprite. So you can use the custom alignment, custom vector, and here you can use align to mesh orientation and randomize the axis to each axis -1, -1, -1, oops, -1, and just copy paste it here. And you will see now these sprites now not camera facing, these are 3D, and you can increase the spawn rate if you want. Let it compile. Okay, and now if I check these, you can see these are properly visible, and you can decrease the size and increase the glow maybe 50. So there will be glow inside that, and then you can duplicate it again, and this time I'll increase the size maybe 100 and 50, but I'll decrease the color to maybe 1, so there will be glow. And then you can again control D this emitter, this glow, and this time instead of radial I'll use a flash, maybe this one. Very simple material, you can see single texture, and you can increase the size maybe 200 and 100, so there will be rays coming out of that. And that's it. That's what I did. It looks cool. If I'll place it here, it is almost same. Okay, there will be different settings, maybe different size and everything, different rotation speed, that you can check when you will download it from Patreon. And again, if you want this file to purchase, just a single file in $5 or $10, I don't know what price I will put. If you do want that, you need to vote here. And if you want to like continue monthly subscription, so each month I upload almost 30 files because I make tutorial daily, so almost 25 to 30 tutorials file in one subscription, but that subscription can be $50. Okay, so if you just need one file, you can vote here. If you want all the files in $50, you can vote for monthly subscription. And thanks for watching. Keep learning. Bye bye.